Most men wake up already defeated. Before their feet even touch the floor, they reach for the phone. Notifications, messages, news, noise. The world enters their mind before God ever does. And then they wonder why they feel anxious, why they feel lost, why their minds feel scattered. Because they never gave themselves a chance to hear their own soul. Modern life has trained people to begin every morning reacting instead of listening. Reacting to distractions, reacting to problems, reacting to other people's energy. But the morning was never meant for chaos. Morning was meant for alignment. That is why your morning routine matters far more than people think. It is not just productivity. It is not just discipline. It is your commitment to God. Your morning routine is proof of what truly matters to you. Because commitment is not what you say. Commitment is what you repeat consistently. And over the last few years, I built a morning routine that completely changed my life. Not because it made me rich, not because it made me successful, but because it brought me closer to God. And the closer I got to God, the more peace I found inside myself. Every single day, I wake up at 3 a.m. Not sometimes, not only when I feel motivated, every day. It doesn't matter if I slept well. It doesn't matter if I feel tired or if I feel sick. If my body is physically capable of moving, I get up. Because that time belongs to God. And I think that is what many people misunderstand today. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is devotion. The reason I wake up that early is not because I'm trying to prove something to the world. The world is asleep at 3 a.m. And that is exactly why I love it. Silence. No noise. No distractions. No chaos. Just me and God. That is where clarity lives. Because people today are drowning in noise. Music constantly playing everywhere. Videos constantly running. Phones constantly vibrating. Most people are terrified of silence because silence forces them to hear themselves. But silence is where God speaks. Not loudly, quietly. That inner voice becomes clearer when the world finally becomes silent. And that is why my phone goes off the night before. Not in the morning, that night before. Because morning routine actually begins with the evening before. You cannot stay distracted until midnight and expect to wake up aligned. You must prepare yourself. About an hour before sleep, I disconnect completely. no scrolling, no pointless noise, no chaos entering my mind before rest. And when 3 a.m. arrives, my day begins with prayer. Not social media, not entertainment, prayer. I thank God for another day of life, for another chance, for every blessing I already have. And then I go outside, sometimes for a room, sometimes for a walk, but always in silence. No music, no podcasts, just nature, just breathing, just movement, just God. There's something powerful about empty streets before sunrise. It feels untouched, pure, like the world has not fully awakened yet. And in those moments, the signal becomes clear. Ideas appear. Thoughts become sharper. Answers come naturally. Not because I forced them, but because I finally became quiet enough to hear them. That is why I believe successful men wake up early. Not because waking up early is magically successful, but because early morning removes distractions. And once distractions disappear, truth becomes louder. After that, I read the Bible. Sometimes I meditate afterward. Sometimes I just sit there quietly. And people may think, that sounds repetitive. Exactly. That is the point. Because commitment is repetition. Anyone can pray once. Anyone can wake up early once. Anyone can be disciplined for one day. But can you do it when you don't feel like it? That is the real test. Because the body always negotiates, especially in the morning. I remember recently getting a cold. Nothing serious, just enough for my body to whisper, sleep a little longer. Take today off. God will understand. But after years of building this relationship, I could not betray it. I genuinely cannot remember the last time I slept in until 6 or 7 a.m. Not because I'm a robot. Not because I never feel tired. I do. But because this routine became part of my identity. It became sacred to me. This is the one thing in life I fully control. Even if I lost everything tomorrow, I would still have my morning routine. And maybe that is why it matters so much. Because the world can take many things away from a man. Money, his status, people, opportunities. But nobody can take your discipline away unless you surrender it yourself. And that discipline creates peace. Trust me. That is the important part. The routine itself is not magic. The alignment is. When you wake up early every day, when you consistently choose silence over distraction, when you choose prayer over dopamine, when you choose movement over laziness, you prove something to God. You prove that He comes first, not just in words, in action. And actions are always louder than words. That is why morning routine is a commitment to God. It is physical proof of spiritual alignment. And no, people do not need to copy my exact routine. That is not the point. The point is building your own sacred time with God. Your own space for silence. Your own time for alignment. Your own system that keeps your soul grounded. Because once the day becomes noisy, it becomes much harder to hear your inner voice. Morning is different. Morning is pure. And I truly believe many people would completely transform their lives if they simply learned how to protect their mornings. Not with more productivity hacks or more motivational videos, but with silence, discipline, prayer, nature, stillness. Because the relationship with God is not built through words alone. It is built through consistency, through obedience, through showing up every single day, even when you're tired, even when nobody sees it, even when there is no reward. That is real devotion. And over time, that routine changes you. You become calmer, sharper, and more grounded. You stop reacting emotionally to everything and everyone, because you already centered yourself before the world even woke up. That is power. It's real power. Not domination over others, but mastery over yourself. And once you experience that kind of peace in the morning, trust me, you will never want to return to chaos again. Because eventually you realize your morning routine is not just part of your life. It becomes the foundation of who you are.